message. What is the user friendly? What is that? Divisor value should not be 0. This is a user friendly message now. Are you getting me or not? Run. 100. 0. Are you clear? Yes or not? What you got now? Divisor value should not be 0. Okay? Now the question here is, so how is the code executing? How is the code executing? Okay? Listen carefully. Now your code is in try-catch block. Your code is in try-catch block. Now also, everything happens same like earlier. What said? Runtime error occurred. Exception manager watching it. Exception manager creating the instance of the class. Exception manager throwing the instance of the class. Now also all these actions are common. Are you clear? Now also everything is common. What? Exception manager creating the instance of the class. Exception manager throwing the instance of the class. All these actions are going to be very much common, like what we have just saw. What we have saw in the previous example. But what the difference is, I given you an example. There is a glass window before me and a cricket ball in my hands. I am going to throw the cricket ball on the glass window. Once the ball hits the window, what happens? The glass breaks. Once the ball hits the glass window, what happens? The glass breaks. Correct? But before the ball hits the window, someone caught the ball. Before the ball hits the window, someone caught the ball here. Now also will the glass break? Huh? I'm talking in English only. Someone caught the ball here. Will the glass break? Huh? No. Same thing happened now also. Now also, exception manager is creating a instance of the exception class. Throwing it. But that is going to come to perform an abnormal termination. But what happened here? Meanwhile, my catch block caught it now. What my catch block does, catches it. It is going to catch. What? Catches the instance of the class and stores it into EX. EX is the variable of the same class. The instance of the class can be assigned to a variable of the same class to make it as a reference. You already learned in object-oriented programming. The instance of a class can be stored in the variable of the same class. What is the EX? Variable of the class. Which class? Divide by 0. What instance is created? Divide by 0. Now that instance is captured in EX. Because that is captured in EX, EX becomes a reference and you are able to call EX.message. I shown you EX.message already to you. Are you clear? So, once it is caught, abnormal termination stops there. Understood all of you? Simply a ball is thrown, someone caught it. Or a stone is thrown, someone caught it. Same way, exception is thrown, catch is catching it now. That's all. Once it is caught, abnormal termination will not occur. Simple. Throw, catch. Who is throwing? Exception manager. Who is catching? I am catching. Who is throwing? Exception manager. Who is catching? I am catching. I am catching with a catch block. I am using a catch block and catch it. Okay? Now tell me one thing. This EX will store the reference of that instance and you can call members, EX.message and all the things. Are we using the EX in the code now? Come on, see, check it out. Are we using the EX in the code? I did not use EX in the code now. So declaring this EX, when you see that, you get a green line. What is the green line? You never use the EX anywhere. You are not using the EX anywhere. You can simply remove it, guys. When declaring that is optional, see the syntax. If you want to use it, declare it. If you don't want to use it, don't declare it. It's implicitly declared and used. What is the name of it? I don't know. We don't require to bother. If you want to use it, declare it. Are you clearer, all of you? Did you get the clarity? What happens? Now also, exception manager identifies the error. Now also, exception manager creates an instance. Now also, exception manager throws that instance. But that instance, before it is performing an abnormal termination, my catch block is catching it now. Before the ball is hitting the glass, someone caught it. Now my catch block caught it. Once it was caught, abnormal termination stops there. Once the abnormal termination is stopping there, the rest of the code executes in a normal, smooth way. Nothing issues with it. I hope this clarifies all your confusions and doubts. Are you clear? So you're required to put a try and catch. Try and catch. Okay? Fine. But now guys, what exception am I catching now? Divide by 0. What exception I'm catching now? Divide by 0. But you remember this program has multiple exceptions occurring now. Forward exception also occurs. Suppose if at all I'm just going to a forward exception now. 100. I'll get what exception? Forward exception. Can this catch block catch it? Can this catch block catch it? Use your common sense here. What exception is occurring? Forward exception. What is that class there? How are you telling yes? You are taking integer. I'll pass a string. Accepted. Now also what is coming? Forward exception. What is the catch there? Divide by 0. So can it catch it? No. So what will happen? Abnormal termination again. Are you clearer or not? Again abnormal termination. Sir, how you're able to catch only one exception? Useless na, so many exceptions will occur in the code. How to resolve it? No props. How you can resolve, you know? Just like for one if you can write multiple else ifs. For one if you can write multiple else ifs na? Same way, for one try you can write multiple catches. How many? Multiple catches. You can write multiple catches there. If you want, you can simply go for writing another catch block also here. Copy this. Paste here. Which exception? Format exception. What is the error message? Input values must be integers. Input values must be integers only. Watch. I'm giving 100. I'm giving 5. No error. Everything is fine.
బావా ఒక 5 minutes బావా క్లాస్లో ఉన్నా. వచ్చాడా? బండి ఉంది. సరే సరే, ఒక 5 minutes క్లాస్ అయిపోద్ది.
Recording stopped.
Bye guys.